President Trump meeting with world leaders during a high-stakes G20 summit. President Trump set to face off tomorrow with his Chinese counterpart amid rising trade tensions. And earlier today, Trump signing a possible NAFTA replacement with Mexico and Canada.
The USMCA is the largest, most significant, modern and balanced trade agreement in history. All of our countries will benefit greatly. It is probably the largest trade deal ever made also. Many, many jobs are already planning to come back. Many companies are coming back, and we're very excited about that.
Meanwhile, back home, the media and Democrats primarily focused on Michael Cohen's plea deal and developments in the Russia probe.
It's become very clear that the Trump campaign colluded with the Russians in trying to subvert the election.
I was watching yesterday, and Donald Trump sounds like a crime boss.
This is just the beginning. You're going to see a man with all kinds of nefarious ties, financially dependent, period. And this is the first chip to fall.
Today's the first day I actually thought Donald Trump might not finish his term in office.
Really?
This is not the way a high elected official is supposed to talk. It's the way guys talk to me when they're wearing orange jumpsuits and explaining why they got done wrong.
All right, so, Jesse, they're kind of jumping ahead here.
Yeah, they've already convicted the guy and said he's a colluder, but that's fine. It seems like in the media, every day they believe is the last day of the Trump presidency. I've been saying that since the inauguration. I've been watching the Clinton affair on A&E, and it reminds me of when he was trying to knock out deals and protect the country and improve the economy, and he had this nasty special counsel on his back, and he kept saying over and over and over again, put this aside, let me go back to work for the American people. I have to work and help the country. And what did the voters say at the end of the whole spectacle? He had the highest approval rating ever because all he wanted to do was work hard for the American people. If I were Trump, I would do the same thing. I would just stop with the witch hunt texting and the tweeting. I'd say, let me get to work. And look what he's doing. Speaking of Clinton, his signature trade deal, he's now rescinded it and repackaged it so American auto workers, dairy producers, energy, water, wine, all these industries are now in an improved position. He held firm on steel and aluminum, and it puts him in a really strong position when he meets Xi tomorrow over the China trade war. And we're winning that trade war right now. The Chinese economy is off 30% since that trade war started. They thought those retaliatory tariffs were going to bring political pressure to bear on the president. That did not happen. Trump only lost one soybean district in the midterms. And if you look at the whole big picture, Greg always likes to say, look at the results. The results are strong. You just have this really nagging special counsel on the other end, which makes his life miserable.
I think Greg might have a metaphor of sorts.
Yes,
of course.
Well, thank you for serving me up this wonderful opportunity. Might I use a metaphor?
Yes, please.
Trump is like an ice cream store with amazing flavors. You have wages and cream. You have gobzo jobs. You have economy crunch. You have optimism swirl.
Yes.
You have North Korea caramel. And where is the media? They're across the street, feeding out of a garbage can. Their cheeks swollen with rotten fruit and vegetables because that's all they want is bad news. And that's what you saw in that montage. A bunch of guys, they all have Trump success denial disorder. They can't bear it. The thing is, I'll even admit, like, I learned a lot about trade. I don't like where he was going with trade, but he forced it on me. I had to learn about these imbalances that I didn't want to learn about because, frankly, I'm an opinion person. I don't want to learn about trade. I just want to shout about it, but he forced me to learn about it, and I realized, you know what? The guy cares about it. The guy, turns out he's right. He's getting stuff done, and instead, these other, creeps elsewhere are just too busy obsessing over the garbage can filled with rotten fruit and vegetables. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Juan, do you think the trade war is working?
The trade war with China?
Yeah.
Well, obviously not. I mean, obviously, you look at the stock market and, most of the gains for the year have disappeared. And obviously, you have stuff like GM, 14,000 jobs. That's a lot of jobs, Dana. And you have things like Harley-Davidson, Carrier. They've left the country in terms of jobs, a great disappointment to President Trump. So I don't think it's working. The question is whether or not, as Greg was saying, you look at the China deal. Is it the fact, or is it the case? Maybe I meant Jesse.
We look alike.
You do. Is it possible? is it possible that, in fact, China, whose economy is in a slump, is now on the defensive and more willing to deal with President Trump? We don't know that yet. In terms of the NAFTA deal, let me just point out that a good conservative organ like the Wall Street Journal said this is just basically the status quo. It could have been worse given Trump's protectionist instincts. But you look at what is highlighted in terms of the NAFTA deal, and that is dairy farmers. And you say, well, is it a much better deal for American dairy farmers? Well, it's a 1% or a little less than 1% increase in the quota of American dairy allowed into Canada. But there is now a situation where Canadian prices can't be dumped. Canadian dairy can't be dumped in the United States.
You know who likes that is Senator Chuck Schumer.
Well, but the question is whether or not Schumer and the Democrats approve of this deal.
And we won't know that for a while. Emily, I'll give you the floor. You can talk about anything that you'd like.
Okay, then I will start by saying I really appreciate your University of Washington Husky tie.
Is that what it is?
A shout out to us winning the Pac-12 championship.
Go
Thank you
Huskies.
For that. On Chuck Schumer, I will say that he obviously voted nay in 1993 against NAFTA. And what's happened since? What have we heard from him since? More shouting about it without substance. No offense that I just pointed to you when I said that. So from him coming forward and saying, now this isn't doing us any good. He doesn't make any reference to the Class 7 pricing system being gone in Canada and what things are achieved. And for me, as an American citizen, I don't understand why compromise hasn't been achieved this entire time, hasn't been reached. I don't want my elected officials to be standing and shouting for 20 years without anything accomplished, because it's compromise that we are all sending them there for, because otherwise they're not serving us and there will be absolutely nothing gained. On China, I think that obviously the trade war is significant and there needs to be more leverage gained and mentioned of the IP theft going on, the erosion of quality, and also they're flooding our country, frankly, with illicit drugs. There's a lot of talks about southern border physical penetration. It's also happening in the air supply and with the mail system. So I think there's overarching issues that need to be included in that conversation. But certainly, again, those elected officials, they need to be a little bit more than whiners.
Okay, and a last word to Jesse.
Yeah, just quickly with Juan's comment, I have to respond on the economy and the stock market. I know you're weeping about your 401k, Juan, but
well, I just worry about you, Jesse. You're a young fella.
I know. Thank you for saying that. Yeah. It's the makeup. If you think about you said the stock losses, you know, that we're back to square one since the beginning of the year. I mean, I think we know why that happened. The tech sector's not doing well, and the Fed has been jacking up interest rates. And what did the president do?
Jacking up interest rates?
He jawboned down the Fed, and now Powell has a much more dovish approach, which is why the market ripped this week, because he came out with comments, and it hinted that he was going to take a more dovish approach and not raise rates as much as he was indicating. That's why you saw the big jump in the Dow. Okay. And he's jawboned the Saudis into cutting production, which is why the price of oil went from $70 a barrel to $50 a barrel.
We got
you know what?